Good morning. It's Friday, November 3rd, 6 a.m. Central Time. Overnight, the precious metals are mixed after yesterday's consolidation. You have gold up $1, 19.94. Silver down 14 cents, 22.70. Copper's down 1 at 3.66. Now, overnight, copper did hit 370.50. Recent contract high, 371. Some economic data piece overseas, most likely in China, had come out. We're going to have to dig up, find out what that was, and then examine that number. Platinum up 6 at 9.36. So the U.S. payroll data will be closely watched after the Fed's dovish stance this week on interest rates. Analysts are expecting 180,000 jobs created, and the unemployment rate to remain at 3.8%. I believe that this will be one of the most closely watched unemployment rates and also headline number that we've seen since the start of the pandemic when we were recreating jobs. Now, something else that's important is it is Friday, and the last 4 Fridays since October 6th, we saw a short covering rally in gold that was more technical in nature. We had the October 7th event happen in the Middle East. October 9th, gold was up and gapped up $28. So then you start looking at every Friday after that, like October 13th, up $64. October 20th, that was a short covering squeeze where we got up to that 2020 contract high. That remains your resistance point in the gold market. Got to close over 2020. Then you look at the October 27th, that was also another squeeze where we're up $21. So we'll see what happens here today. We'll see if it has that flight to safety, that risk off vibe in other asset classes, and that flight to safety into the gold market with some of the developments that are coming overseas. Now, I know that Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is over there. He is trying to negotiate some kind of temporary ceasefire to provide humanitarian aid. Also, they are releasing people in the southern corridor into Egypt. And they have Gaza City surrounded as far as the Israeli troops. So they're meeting some of their objectives there. But we'll see if it still has that same kind of unhinged momentum coming into the close here. Now, if you do look at the technicals here on the gold market, it is bullish. Your first level support, 1983, 200-day moving average. Below that, pocket support, psychological number 1950 down to 1944. That's the 50-day moving average. And then 1937 is your trend reversal point. To reiterate, 2020 resistance point. Got to get above there. Now look at the current trend on silver. I would call that disappointing more than anything. The support level on silver is actually going to be a much lower. It's going to be like 2250 on down to 2231. Below 2231, I think it's party over. We made a head and shoulders pattern. We're going back down to those recent lows. Just doesn't have that same firepower as far as that safe haven trade that we've seen in the past. Also with copper futures having this reversal, you're seeing some pressure on the silver market. Your resistance point on silver, 2309. That's the 50-day moving average. That's the area that we struggled here yesterday to get and close above. And then above that, it's going to be the 200-day moving average, 2386. If you look, we kind of came up to it, and then we've been down. So looking at the outside markets, they're mixed here. You've got equities, they're holding up a lot better than I thought with the Apple earnings and a disappointment on the sales to China. Crude oil's up about 23 cents at 82.70. Dollar's down 17, and something else to watch on the precious metals, the dollar was down like 100 points yesterday. Treasury yields, the 10-year broke major support, 4.81. It was in this range forever. Breaks that, goes down to 4.65. Why isn't gold making new contract highs? So that tells you that there's a problem there with that contract at the moment and the belief that they're there. Now, I think that a lot of the people chase gold going up, and then also they rotated into the NASDAQ when it had 3, 4, 5 days up in the Dow where it exploded higher. So that's my 2 cents here. If you got any questions, give me a call. I'll be posting an article on Kitco. Give me a call, 312-858-7303. Remember, futures option trading involves risk of loss may not be suitable to all investors. Good luck and good trading.